Hey guys, welcome back. We are finishing the readings for this series, which I believe was what the hell was it? Whatever it is you need to know, whatever comes up. Alright, so we're gonna do one card for what's helping and then one card for what's hindering. And this is for the sign of collective for Sagittarius. No, Scorpio. Sorry. You could be dealing with a Sagittarius. Right? Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Scorpio. Scorpio. I was like, wait, what comes after Sagittarius? Capricorn. Alright. So Scorpio. Let's see. What is helping Scorpio at this time? Divine Feminine. So you guys are in your power. Or if it's not a Divine Feminine, then maybe a Divine Feminine and their energy is helping you. Or just a Divine Feminine in general is helping you. Alright, we'll go deeper into it. Now what's hindering? Scorpio. 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 Whoa, that's too many. Scorpio. Scorpio. Come on, Scorpio. You know what? I actually got lost in thought. So I don't know if you guys are doing that a lot. Are you guys disassociating a little bit? Maybe it's time to take a break from electronics. Maybe take a phone break. No doom scrolling. Maybe take a break from... I actually had this thought yesterday. And I was telling Libras that a lot of the times before I'm going to start readings, I get a lot of messages and they're not meant, they are meant for me, but they're not meant for me, if that makes sense. I get a lot of downloads. And so a download that I had yesterday was basically I heard, you know, go back to the old times where none of this stuff existed. Almost like a day with no television, a day with no phones, a day with no, I mean, you know, however it is that you can do it depending on your job, right? And so for me, that would have been a day with like cooking and cleaning and, so maybe do this on the weekend, you know, and then reading books, because I love reading books, doing a puzzle, walking, going out into nature, that kind of thing. Kind of like pretending like you don't have electronics, maybe detaching from the world, because it is disassociating you a little bit. But oh look, you get Divine Masculine on the bottom, dude. All right, let's get but that doesn't have to be what this message is about. So let's get what is hindering Scorpio. What is hindering Scorpio? Sorry if you can hear my AC. It, I like it cold. So people are like, it's 60 degrees. And yeah, but it gets hot. Like in my room, it gets really warm. So I put my AC on low because I cannot. No, I get cold. All right, Scorpios, come on. Are you gonna make me choose? Maybe what's hindering you is not wanting to make a decision. There we go. Communication. Dude, oh my gosh. Really? Communication it's what's hindering you. And delight. What the heck? You guys are funny. Alright. The Divine Feminine, 21, so that equals 3. You guys could be seeing 333 a lot. You could be Life Path 3. The frequency of Divine Feminine supports our receptive, nurturing, and soft side, allowing it to express itself openly and helping us to connect to our intricate understanding of our connection to all creation. Once again, while I was reading that, I disconnected, and I'm not really sure what half of that said. I don't know what's going on. It's almost like somebody, I don't know what ADHD is like because I don't have ADHD. But I feel like somebody who has it, probably it would be like this. Like you start to read something and then you're like squirrel in your brain and then you come back, right? And that doesn't usually happen to me. I can usually focus. I read a lot of books, so it would be really difficult if I had ADHD to read because I literally missed like half of that. So I'm going to read it again because I'm telling you, I'm not even sure. Okay, the frequency of Divine Feminine supports our receptive, nurturing, and soft side, allowing it to express itself openly and helping us to connect our intrinsic understanding of our connection to all creation. Okay, and with communication, it says the frequency of communication supports our ability to exchange information in many different forms. It reminds us to run every piece of information, both incoming and outgoing, through our heart, the center of our truth, to stay in the flow of source and balanced exchange. So I feel like right now there is this thing seriously needs to turn off. And again, I blow on it when that doesn't help. Okay, so what I'm getting, Scorpios, is that right now you guys are very soft in your energy. You guys are either healing your feminine energy or you're in your feminine energy. And feminine energy is usually, healing. You guys are doing some kind of healing. Even if you're a man, if you're, born of the gender of male, we have both masculine and feminine energy inside of us, right? So even if you're like, no, I'm a dude. Okay, yeah, you're a dude, but you have feminine. And when you're healing, you're in your feminine energy, okay? So I feel like a lot of you guys right now are tapped into that softer side of yourselves where you guys are actually doing self-care. And I am getting that you guys might have somebody that is showing you, or maybe you guys have tapped into somebody who's leading by example, right? And then with the blockage, I'm getting that there's still a disconnect between the heart and communication. So yes, there's a lot of heart healing going on. There's a lot of heart healing going on. Sorry guys, give me 1 second. There's a lot of heart healing going on, but you guys are still unable to communicate the things that need to be communicated. And a lot of the things that need to be communicated, I'm getting are anywhere from speaking your truths. Speaking your truth, whether that be good or bad, whether that be, defending yourself, or even speaking your truth to other people. I'm hearing there's something that you just want to say. You just want to be able to say what you want to say. That was reminding me of a song, but I have no idea what that is. And so there's a disconnect there where you guys are not able to still communicate what you want to communicate, even though you are in a feminine, you guys are in a lighter side of your energy, right? But to be honest, Scorpios, that is perfect, because when you're in your feminine energy, that is when you're in your soft energy. So whatever it is that you need to communicate, it's going to come out powerfully, but it's going to come out with love, right? It's going to come out with even if it's I'm hearing that even if it's a little bit harsh, it's going to come out with that feminine touch, with that soft touch. I almost said motherly touch. That could be or could not be, right? But I mean almost like that. See, my throat chakra is closed. I said chakra. My throat chakra is closing up because you guys don't want to hear this. There is a need to tap into that energy, which you guys already have, or you guys are going into that energy, and there's a need to communicate from that space, a soft space. Whether it be you need to apologize, whether it be you need to communicate something that you don't like, that's what's hindering you, communication. You guys are not saying what you want to say. Alright, let's clarify the Divine Feminine. I honestly feel like in these readings that I'm doing today, I'm not even present. It feels like somebody else is speaking, and I have no idea what they're saying. Divine Feminine. Clarify Divine Feminine. See, even these cards aren't they're not here. Let me just shuffle. Let me just shuffle right now. Okay, Divine Feminine. And I feel like not sleepy, but my eyelids feel very heavy. Now it's fine. I feel like my eyelids are very heavy and I'm speaking very slow. I don't know if that's you guys, but yeah. It's like when you're fighting sleep, but I don't feel sleepy. I just feel off. I don't know. Alright, Divine Feminine. Okay, you got a bunch. Death in reverse, the Hierophant in reverse, and the Four of Pentacles. Are you guys feeling like your intuitive gifts are not working very well? Or maybe you guys are like getting a little too... That's kind of... I don't partake, so I couldn't tell you, but if I had to guess, I would guess it feels like this. Maybe you guys are doing too much of a substance that's making you dull out, and it makes me feel detached. Like I'm looking at my cards and I'm just like, what? That's how I feel. Again, I don't partake in that. And not that I think it's bad, I just don't. It's not my cup of tea. Keelan. And so, but that's what it feels like. Maybe you guys are like doing too much of something and it's actually not helping with your intuition. Maybe it's numbing you out. It's numbing you out to the point where you're not even able to connect with, you're not even able to communicate. I literally, like your whole read, your cards weren't pulling out. I looked down at the cards and I'm not getting anything. It's almost like I'm disconnected from my intuition, but I'm not. But that's what I'm getting. And now that I've said that, I like my energy's lifting. I feel so much better. Even my communication is different. With the divine feminine, there's been, you know, something. There was a death here. There was a death here with the Hierophant. Maybe there was a divorce here, or there's something that I feel like this has to do with something from the past where you felt like you were something with jealousy with the divine feminine. You lost the divine feminine and you feel like with the Fool in reverse. I'm gonna clarify these and then come back to those for a second. Yeah, communication, the Star. One more. I need this sage to stop because it's starting to bug my throat. It's like never ending. Okay. You're wanting to come back something that you feel like was a missed opportunity, or you feel like was something that you didn't take a chance on. There was a death here with the Hierophant, something that you felt could have been marriage material. Maybe it was somebody that you had a relationship with. Maybe it was somebody that you were married to, or you could see marriage with. Okay. You feel like you lost this opportunity and you feel very protective of it. You feel like this was something that was meant to be yours. And with the divine feminine, this could be somebody that was a divine feminine, or vice versa, right? If this is reversed, then take it reversed. With communication, though, I feel like you're not communicating what you need to say or what you're feeling or what you think. And because of that, you want to communicate. You want to communicate. You got the Star. Like, this is the wish fulfillment for you. This is something that you really want. With the Page of Wands, you want you want to have some kind of, what would it be? You want to express some a small gesture of emotion, a small gesture of passion. And again, this could be somebody else. Somebody else wants to show a small gesture of how they actually feel for you, what they want to do with you. But with the Star, that's like, this is somebody's wish fulfillment. But because you're unable to communicate that, why are they unable to communicate? I just heard fear, obviously, but let's just, why are they unable to communicate? The Page of Swords in reverse and the Ace of Swords in reverse. You're hiding something. You're hiding something. Something, you lied about something. You hid something, you lied about something. And you know that coming forth, you have to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And you're afraid that that's going to give you, that's not going to give you a new start. That once they know the truth, they're not going to give you a fresh start anyway. So what's the point of communicating? I feel like, though, if this is somebody that you care about actually, then, and again, I am getting the feeling that this could be somebody you're dealing with. If this is somebody that you actually care about, whether there's I'm getting the scene from God Almighty. Do you guys remember at the end when he's finding, like, I just want Grace, which was her name, I just want Grace, someone to love Grace. or see her like I see her right now through your eyes, through God's eyes. He spent the whole movie trying to get her back, trying to manipulate, trying to play games, trying to buy her, trying to this, trying to that. And it finally took him self-sacrificing and having unconditional love, whether it was with him or not, and being honest about what it was that hurt her, right? Being honest about the things and having that conversation that is just so uncomfortable, and you know it might not end well, but you at least owe them that, right? Even if that's not somebody that's going to end up with you, but if you actually feel the way you feel about them, this is your wish come true, right? Your star. Then they deserve the truth. They deserve to know the truth. They deserve the capacity to be able to choose by having the truth and knowing exactly what it was that happened. Because right here we have a bunch of secrets. We have, there's things being hidden left and right here. Look, and with the Knight of Swords on the bottom. The Moon in reverse. Yeah. Ace of Cups. The truth is that they might not accept your apology. They might listen to what you have to say. But again, at the end of the day, if you truly care about someone, you're going to be honest about the situations that were and allow things to be what they are. If not, if it doesn't matter, then it wouldn't have come out, right? But at the end of the day, it's about who you are when nobody's expecting anything of you. Who you are when nobody's watching. It's not what's expected of you. It's what the right thing is, right? And maybe it'll give somebody closure. Maybe, who knows? Maybe it will, restart a relationship. But it's not about doing that for that reason. Alright, Scorpios. I'm going to leave it here. Let me get you guys some guidance cards. This sage needs to go off because it's burning my throat. It's been close to an hour. It's still on. Guidance for Scorpio, please. Be bold and make the first move. What? Let me get one more. One more. Uno más. Conclusions are within reach. Yeah. A win-win outcome is your forecast. I'm just saying. Alright, Scorpios. I hope this helps. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.